Hello and welcome to this episode of Packet Racer. In this episode, we want to discuss using the variables here in the assessment tree. So let's get started. First, I have a few variables that I have defined here in the IP addresses, and these variables include IP range 1, which is the entire range for this network ID 192.168.1.0, and the range starts from 1 to 250. And I have the gateway, which is the element position of index number 0, which is this first IP address for this range. 192.168.1.1 for the gateway. Now let's go and use these variables for the components here in the assessment tree. For PC1, I want to go and define the default gateway as the variable gateway, and as you can see now, I have this gateway configured with the variable. Remember that we can only configure components with a variable that they have this green circle beside them. Now let's go to the ports, and for the fast Ethernet 0, I want to use the IP address and configure it with a variable of the range, this value of this range. Now it's time for us to go and configure the initial network. Here I am in the initial network setup. I have PC0. I need to make sure that the default gateway for PC0 is selected, and also under ports the IP address is selected and it is 00, which means that it's not configured. Now let's go and test this activity. Now here I am in the activity test mode, and you can see that the completion rate is 0. The Lenovo is my PC1 and I want to configure it. Let's go and configure the default gateway 192.168.1.1. Let's see the completion rate. You can see that the completion rate is 50. Now let's go and to the fast Ethernet 0 and define an IP address 192.168.1. Any IP address that I can select from that range. Probably I want to select 127. And that's it. Now I want to track my activity, and the rate is 100%. Let's check the results, and we have completed this assessment. I hope that you have seen the magic of using variables in the assessment tree. And that's it for this episode, everyone. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to see you in the next episode. Stay tuned.